Hello, we are Group 1, and today we are doing our presentation on the country, Sierra Leone. Our project is divided into four different parts, each exploring different aspects of the country's economy, development, global connections, and cultural facts. We are excited to share what we have learned, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Section 1 is the introduction and highlights of the country.
Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to take you on a journey to a country rich in natural beauty, cultural heritage, and potential, Sierra Leone. Despite facing serious challenges like poverty, limited access to education, and clean resources, Sierra Leone is also a place of incredible biodiversity, resilient communities, and untapped opportunity. Today, we're going to explore why nature is essential, not just globally, but especially for countries like this. We will be going over points such as why nature is essential, biodiversity's values, and sustainable practices at Think Unlimited.
Now let's get into the economic profile for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone's GDP per capita in 2024 was 873.39 million according to the World Bank. This figure represents the total value of goods and services produced per person in US dollars without adjusting for inflation or cost of living. Based on the current exchange rate of approximately 20,969 Leon to 1 US dollar, the average income per person is roughly 18.3 million Leon. The estimated population in 2024 was 8.8 million, making it the 102nd most populous country in the world, according to World Population Review. Sierra Leone has a young population with 42% of its population under 15 because the high birth rate and fertility. Sierra Leone maintains a high fertility rate with women having an average of about 4.2 children each. They also have a low life expectancy. Average life expectancy is just around 61 years due to health challenges such as infectious disease and limited access to health care. Sierra Leone is ethnically diverse with 16 distinct ethnic groups, each with its own language. The largest group is the Temni, which is 35%, primarily in the north and around the capital, followed by the Mindi, mostly in the southeast, and the Kono district. The Limba and Fula are the third and fourth largest groups, while others include the Kona, Mandingo, Creole, and smaller groups such as Loco, Karanko, Sherbro, and Kisi. Because no single group holds a majority and many smaller groups are present, Sierra Leone is considered ethnically pluralistic rather than homogenous. While English is the official language, Creole, which is a Creole language derived from English, is spoken by about 97% of the population as a second language. It acts as a lingua franca, bridging communication between ethnic groups across the country. Although there are political alignments along ethnic lines, Timni often support one party, the APC, and Mindi another, the SLPP. So ethnic conflict is rare and intermarriage is common. Sierra Leone is widely recognized for its peaceful coexistence among diverse groups. The Doli Joey or the Dancing Sowi is the only known female masquerade tradition in West Africa, and it is unique to the Mindi and closely related groups such as the Sherbro and Vai. It is used by the Sandy Society, a powerful women's initiation group that teaches girls the roles, values, and responsibilities of womanhood. While other ethnic groups in Sierra Leone have their own secret societies, this helmet mask that you see pictured here is culturally and symbolically rooted in the Mindi tradition. Sierra Leone's economy is heavily driven by its mineral exports, particularly iron ore, titanium ore, diamonds, aluminum ore, and cocoa beans. Other exports Other export products include coffee, fish, and crustaceans. These natural resources make up the bulk of the country's export earnings and are essential to its economic stability. Imports are more diversified and include machinery, vehicles, fuel and lubricants, cement, medicines, and food products such as rice. These goods are essential for infrastructure, development, and daily consumption. Given the country's limited local manufacturing capacity, Sierra Leone's major export partners include Belgium, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Romania, China, and the United States. Its main import partners are China, India, and the United States, Belgium, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Turkey, Pakistan, and South Africa. This visual shows two key aspects of Sierra Leone's import economy. On the left, you see a tree map of Sierra Leone's top import partners. The largest section, of course, belongs to China, which supplies over $600 million worth of goods, making making it the country's biggest trade partner by far. India is next, followed by the United Arab Emirates and the United States. You'll also notice smaller but still important trading relationships with countries like Turkey, Belgium, South Africa, and Egypt. On the right, the second tree map breaks down what Sierra Leone imports the most. The biggest category here is rice, which makes sense since the country relies heavily on imported food. Other major imports include cars, cement, refined petroleum, medicines, and construction equipment. Items like used clothing, poultry, and rubber footwear are also significant, showing the country's dependence on imports for everyday goods. Together, these visuals highlight how much Sierra Leone's rely on foreign trade to meet its basic needs, from food and fuel to vehicles and healthcare supplies. This country enforces trade laws to protect its resources and people. The country is part of the Kimberley process, which helps prevent the trade of conflict diamonds. Under national law, mining companies must now gain free prior and informed consent from local communities before beginning or expanding operations. An environmental impact assessment is also required, and laws like the Extractive Industries Revenue Act promote transparency in how profits and natural resources are handled. Internationally, Sierra Leone is actively involved in organizations like the WTO and UN, which help guide global trade and development. It also partners regionally through ECOWAS, the African Union, and the Mano River Union to support peace, economic growth, and cooperation with its neighbors.
Section 3 Development Assessment. Current development overview for Sierra Leone. I think in order to better understand Sierra Leone's economy, it is important to look at where they are currently with their development, their strengths, their weaknesses, and even ways for them to improve going forward. Sierra Leone faces many different development challenges, which limits their growth and their overall well-being. According to the World Bank, their GDP per capita is around 472, with 56% of their population living in poverty, making around $2.15 per day. Education is yet another huge issue for Sierra Leone. The school completion rates are currently less than 70%, and literacy rates are only about 43%. They also have limited access to clean water, electricity, and internet in many of their areas. Sierra Leone is also known to be highly corrupt, with a score of 34 out of 100 on the Corruption Perceptions Index, according to Transparency International. Strengths and opportunities for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone definitely has its fair share of challenges. However, I believe there are real ways for it to grow, progress, and move forward. For example, the country is rich in natural wealth and resources, such as diamonds and gold. If these resources are managed correctly, this could be a major breakthrough for their economy. The money from these resources could be used to develop the economy and invest back into themselves. With the right leadership and clear policies in place, I think that these resources could be used in a way that truly benefits the people and helps the country develop in a sustainable way. Moving forward and growing in a sustainable way. Sierra Leone clearly has a lot of challenges that it needs to overcome, but I do believe that there are real ways for the country to grow, progress, and move forward. In my opinion, one of the most important things for this country to do is to use their natural wealth and natural resources that they already have. If Sierra Leone manages these resources in the correct way, through fair, smart, and transparent leadership, it could truly be a turning point for their economy. They could use the money from these natural resources to build up industries and invest in things such as their education, their healthcare, and their infrastructure, which I think would help the country to develop in a sustainable way in the long term. This would cause an increase in the access to education, growth in the infrastructure, improve the access to electricity, water, and internet, manage the natural resources properly, and create a more transparent society with less corruption. Section 4, Fun and Cultural Facts. Cultural and fun facts about Sierra Leone. In 2024, Sierra Leone banned child marriage, marking a major step forward in protecting girls' rights and advancing gender equality. The national anthem was written by a teenager, Clifford Nelson Fowle, who later became a celebrated educator and playwright. The star of Sierra Leone, a 968.9 carat diamond, is one of the largest ever discovered, found in 1972 and sold for over $2 million. The Creole language was born from Resilience Creole, the most widely spoken language in Sierra Leone. It originated from freed slaves who'd returned from places like Nova Scotia and the Caribbean. It blends English with African and European influences and unites the country across ethnic lines. Home to the Golia rainforest, one of West Africa's last pristine forests. The Golia rainforest is a biodiversity hotspot filled with rare birds, chimpanzees, and forest elephants. It is so significant that it is sometimes called the green lung of West Africa. Sierra Leone has one of the oldest universities in sub-Saharan Africa. Fora Bay College in Freetown was founded in 1827 and was the first Western-style university in West Africa. For decades, it attracted scholars from across the continent and earned Freetown the nickname of the Athens of West Africa. Works cited. In order to support our presentation, we reference a variety of credible sources, including the World Bank, Transparency International, the University of Sierra Leone, the International Trade Administration, our textbook written by Taylor and Libert, and more. Full citations are listed here on this slide for your reference. We wanted to take a moment and say thank you for listening to our presentation. We truly enjoyed exploring Sierra Leone's development and learning something